Ever since Jakks Pacific became the master toy partner for Sonic the Hedgehog in February of 2019, I've made it my goal to hunt down all their coolest figures, a goal I've devoted more time and money to than my mom should ever know. As cooler and cooler releases popped up for the toy line, however, so did the scalpers, buying all the coolest figures they could find and dumping them onto eBay for ridiculous prices, leaving aisles with nothing but basic Sonics and the occasional 3-pack. Living in Chicago, Illinois for school, I frequented nearby Targets with the hope of finding what I'm looking for, but I keep coming up empty. The same figures keep eluding me, which is definitely not helped by Jack's stocking problem that leaves even more Sonics to rot on shelves. So I got an idea. If I can't find the figures at one Target, I'll go to all of them. Every Target within city limits. I recruited my friend Emily, and together after way too much research, we set off on our quest. 19 Targets, 9 toys, 2 friends, 1 day. Our day started at around 7 in the morning, which was not helped by both of us somehow only getting 4 hours of sleep the night beforehand despite months of planning. Target day has officially begun. We are going to 19 Targets, which is doable, I'm sure. Between all 19 Targets in and around the borders of Chicago, we needed to find 9 toys. From Jakks Pacific, there were the Sonic figures consisting of Jet, Super Silver, and the 2.5-inch Amy, plus some figures from Jakks Nintendo line, specifically Mario Movie Peach and Breath of the Wild Link and Zelda. There was this adorable Amy Rose plush by GE, and some stuff for Dan from Stuff from Dan, namely the Jakks Big the Cat and Chaos Zero. Also some snacks, if we have time. We're gonna get all of them before the end of the day, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. The travel time for our first Target was around 40 minutes between 2 trains. We took the red line to the end and then swapped to purple, catching some sleep along the way to make up for our horrible decision making. After a long ride, we got off the train and walked out into beautiful Evanston. This is such a pretty area. Whoa. We've reached stop 1. We're on our way to Evanston Target. As our excitement grew, we turned the corner and we saw it. Target 1! There it is.
Target!
Evanston Target. We're gonna be so excited. They're gonna be so scared of us. Walking into Evanston Target was a surreal but crazy exciting feeling. Despite how early it was, we were just so elated to finally be doing this plan after so long. The toy aisle didn't have anything on the shelves we were looking for, but with 18 Targets to go, there wasn't much to stress about. We took a chill stroll back to the train station and made our way to Target 2. We got on the wrong side and the train's almost here, so we gotta hurry. All right, it's a 2-minute walk to the next Target, which is Rogers Park. Hooray. I'm trying to think of what figure I most want to get from this.
That's a good question.
I do like that Amy plush. She's silly. I gotta show you the picture.
That figure. Which figure?
Because it's definitely like between the Super Silver and Jet.
I'm more excited for the silver, I think.
Silver I need because I want to get all the Supers, and he has an emerald I don't have, an emerald color. But Jet the Hawk funny. Hunger was creeping in fast at the 2-hour mark in our journey, but this, like most things on the trip, was something we planned for. Because one fact about Targets is that most of them also have Starbucks in them, which means no matter where we go, we have a chance at a 5-star meal, baby! It was close, but we did find a little Burrowbot figure, and he's funny, so we left with the first figure of the day, some guy. The next step, we could bus there. We are instead going to walk for as long as we feel like, reducing Uber costs if we want to take that, but it's a 39-minute walk. Woo! Peterson, baby, woo! Uber was always an option, but considering our amount of stops and money, it was best to keep them at a minimum. Luckily for us, our walk was cut short by a bus headed right to our destination, appearing right in front of us. We got on the wrong bus in a panic. Despite our cost-effective wishes, we had to cave in and order our first Uber of the day. So we've reached Peterson Target, and I looked at the picture, looked at the data from our really cool doc, and I've remembered this is the one we were informed about because it's real big. This is a big Target. One photo shoot later, with excitement in our hearts, we entered our biggest Target yet. Movie pizza. That's what I was list, baby. What else did I got?
Shadow, Knuckles, Chili Dog Sonic, Chili Dog Sonic, Chili Dog Sonic, Chili Dog Sonic.
I might get that Shadow. No way. No way. Put him back.
They have the case,
Oh
but
my
they
God.
don't have the full set. And
Get the case.
I want to buy the full set, 'cause the full set's like $50, and that's so
that's fair.
Peterson target was a big success.
Pretty good, target 3.
For me.
I want to see if they have the diecast Sonic cars. Do they have Sonic diecast cars? They have more Mario movie. I should text Dan from Stuff from Dan. You know, Dan from Stuff from... I should just see if he wants one. Oh, you better go.
With our first victories under our belt, we made our way to Starbucks and finally sat for breakfast.
What target's next? I already forget.
Wilson Yard.
Wilson Yard. Cool.
Target 4 had nothing of note.
Hey, we got Freddy's Fazbear. Do you want that?
No.
Fix him.
After 5 hours in, which was a little more than expected, we were finally about to hit the targets we were familiar with.
It's almost noon. We started at 7. It's been 5 hours.
5 hours to get the 4 targets.
We'll figure it out.
Expectations were high for these next targets, but as we waited for the train, all we could do was hope.
Please, 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 please. Please, please, please.
It was a long and arduous battle, but finally, Stuff from Dan is at peace, for his son has returned! We bounced through targets 6 and 7 pretty quick without much luck.
Ask Emily. Emily, what do we do?
We go to Target.
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
It was a quick walk to each target, but our next stop was too far to travel on foot, especially with the ticking of the clock slowly getting louder. Against our better judgment, we ordered our second Uber of the day, which we were immediately punished for, as it took our driver like 10 minutes to find us once we got there, and by the time we actually got in the car, it probably would have taken the same amount of time to bus, but we were on our way to Target 5, where our special guest was waiting.
The crossover?
It's Congo art!
Stuff from Dan? I wasn't filming when it happened.
Put it back up and we'll recreate.
I'm not faking it. It's her.
Be taking him home.
He's yours.
He's mine now, along with Big and the
The
Mario
Mario car, yeah.
Hey Congo, think fast. Nah, listen, I have very strange priorities. I need to be the person that says, I own the Mario movie monopoly. No one else should or ever will do this, but I will.
I'm the only person that would care about the box art for Mario Monopoly.
Yeah, what does the back look
That's
like?
just 2 posters.
Yeah, it is. What does the back look like? It's just, oh, this is, alright, well, that's good. Oh, there's just no money? You just get coin?
It's a nice looking board.
The pieces
the
are
money's-
nice. You get a little
Ooh.
Iron Mario head statue in the barrel and all the shit. That
Peach
that is
crown.
very detailed. That looks very good.
We should all get together.
You
for
get a
Mario
little
Monopoly.
Bowser's thing. Oh, this might actually be good. I'm glad I'm
Nice.
buying this for $22.
Oh,
With Dan by our side and Amy in our bag, we stopped for a nice Starbucks lunch that made me realize, oh god, Starbucks is more expensive than I thought it would be.
Dan has left.
Sadly,
He's got work to do because it's finals time. We decided to do this now
we decided to do this at the worst possible time.
because it's the last time we had, but it's fine because what target are we?
River North,
River North. And what, do you know the number?
9.
9.
9.
So this
9
is
targets.
9 out of 19.
Although we've had some wins up to this point, things were starting to look bad time-wise for the challenge aspect of this challenge. Travel time was longer than expected between targets, especially with this one being another long walk. It was already 3 p.m. and to make it worse,
River North has no toy aisle.
9. None at all.
So I guess we're just gonna leave.
the road to Target 10 was looking hopeful.
No attention.
Teeth, no dentures. Ohio House Motel. This is Illinois. Target 10, Streeterville, 5 minutes away. We were walking for like 20 minutes. How are you holding up?
I'm in pain, but I could be a lot worse.
My feet hurt.
Yeah.
And it is almost 4 p.m. We thought we'd be done at 4 p.m. So
There have been complications though, so like
Yeah.
you can't judge too harshly.
we had the Dan crossover. We had a few detours. Yeah. We need to pick up the pace.
Despite our win to no win ratio up to that point, we tried to remain optimistic. They had nothing. We scoured through all the aisles in that place, but all we were met with were brick walls. It felt like the place was closing in on us. We left the store dejected. It was already 4 o'clock and we had just barely made it halfway through. Knowing our time was dwindling, we bit the bullet and got a third Uber. Sitting on that curb, waiting for that Uber. The tick of the clock was increasing in volume, almost like it was screaming at us. We had 6 hours left and 9 targets to go. The time crunch became intensely real. Goth Target. We love Goth Target. The architecture of this Target is astounding for some reason, and we knew that no matter what, Goth Target had our backs. We made our way up the escalator and...
Please, 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 please. Oh, they got nothing.
Damn.
Nothing.
One fish.
They have funny Luigi though. You seen him? He's plush except for his head. So plans have fallen apart a bit. It is 4:26, almost 4:30, and we thought we'd be done like an hour ago. So yeah, see you at South Loop. Okay. Target 12, 11. What's going on? 12.
Well,
When this started, seeing the Target logo was like a thing of joy. Like we made it.
we're cursed.
Now when I see it, it's just like it looms over us. And I hate it.
As we moved to the aisles, we saw the same set of figures found in every other store up to this point.
There's something in... No!
Sonic, Tails.
This is goddamn ridiculous.
It was almost 5 p.m. Something had to change.
So, do we skip the next Target that is an hour and a half trip when it is almost 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Listen, I don't think we said this earlier in the video. We want to go to all of them. Somewhere in the suburbs. And if you're a Chicagoan, that's not the city. That's not the city. So, yeah, we're gonna skip that one, I guess. This video could also be titled Connor and Emily Fall Apart as People.
I feel like, you know, like with some dolls, if you pull hard enough, their legs come off.
Yeah.
I feel like that right now in my hips, and I really want somebody to just pop them off, and I have no legs.
That'd be nice. So we just got another Uber because the trains are against us. And I'm thinking, no, why am I doing this? What is this all for? And then I remember, that's what it's all for, baby. I just forgot to film the walking in. Anyway, this is Target 13? Target 13. We had an Uber driver whose name is Cheryl. She noticed that we were going between 2 Targets and asked about what we were doing.
Person to comment on that.
And then we talked for the entire ride and she laughed a lot and thought it was very funny. So, yeah.
If you're watching this, thank you.
We love you. We had to convince her that we were actually committed to it. She didn't believe us for some reason.
Target 13 was barren, but it didn't faze us. We had to keep moving.
Target 14 is near North Elston.
That's a long name.
It is
for
not
Target.
a good name.
We made our way to the blue line, but got stuck there as we missed the train and had to wait at least 20 minutes for the next one.
It's been a long day. They have them. They don't. I know they don't. It's fine. Oh, what's this? One Sonic? An Amy. Ooh, that's special.
Sonic.
That's so awesome.
Emily and I stepped aside to set up directions for the next Target when we realized something. We weren't at near North Elson. Near North Elson was the next Target. We were actually at Wicker Park, which was the true Target 14, I guess.
I'm so lost. Anyway.
Our counter went back up by 1 with the clock ticking faster than ever.
We're trying to make this easier on ourselves. We're not doing a 29-minute walk. We are waiting for the bus, which is a 20-minute wait.
It's not raining, it's just sunny.
It's so bright. Put it down for a second. Ah! Also, we have just discovered it has been
12 hours since we started.
Well, it's been 12 hours since we reached the first target.
How happy and innocent we were. No, this is before the first target. This is getting on the train to go to the first target.
Oh.
So naive. No idea the pain we were about to be in.
We were gonna pull up directions for the target, but it's just right there. It's right there.
On the walk there, we met some people that told us that our chances of finding what we were looking for were high, as this target was bigger than most in the city.
Only upon walking to the crosswalk have we realized how big this target is. I can't wait for it to have 2 Sonics and that's it. And maybe if we're lucky, a Sonic with chili dog.
We were broken as people at this point, but we decided to have faith in our new friends. Why should we give up now? This had to be the one.
Please. Please.
Sonic. And Sonic.
All Sonics?
Yeah,
All Sonics.
every last one of them.
Every last one of these is okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Sonics of different sizes. Not a single different figure.
I like how enraged you are.
Are you not?
I'm tired. But also I'm upset for you, but I'm also exhausted.
Evidence.
Oh my god, we're never gonna find them. Why even try? We're going to every target in the city and we still can't find them.
We're going to Logan Square, Milwaukee, which we have been told by some new friends we made that there's nothing there. So
Alright, forget the figures. It doesn't matter anymore. We've come this far. There are 3 targets left with just under 2 hours before every target in the city closes. 8 p.m. We are finishing this challenge whether we get anything or not.
they turned Sully Must Drink into bricks. No! Where is this one? I don't have time to say funnies.
Logan Square, nothing. Who cares? Moving on. The trip to Target 17 required a train ride that swapped to a bus. The whole time on the train, we kept checking the bus's arrival time with bated breath. The doors opened and we raced through the station, up the stairs and across bridges. We finally made it out and we missed it. We missed the bus. There was nothing we could do. The sun was setting in front of us and all we could do was sit and wait for the next bus to come. We reflected on our journey up to this point. The friends we made, the victories we had, this button that beeped at us, but the first time we filmed it in portrait mode, so we couldn't put it in the video as a recurring character. The Dan crossover, remember when that happened? That was nice. We spent at least a half an hour on that bench, and by the time the bus arrived, we were down to our last hour.
I have no faith anymore. I just want it to be done. Target.
Mid-North had nothing.
Okay, next target. Last one. Last one. What is that alarm?
Thievery.
That's the last target alarm. Let's go. One last target.
The last one.
We're just taking an Uber.
It's too much.
We can't we can't walk like another 10 minutes and then get a bus and a train.
It's also 9 o'clock at night.
We have an hour until all of the city's targets
the city
close.
closes at 10.
So, this plan sucked. This was a horrible plan. Never should have done it.
People at home, do not try this at home.
It was a little funny, but the joke ends there. But the thing is, I don't think we've shared it in video. All day, we've had many people, like at least 10 each probably, texting us and going like, you got this, go. People are watching like Emily's Instagram stories of this. We've been sharing with people.
Like, so supportive and they're like really cheering for us, and honestly that's just getting it through. Like, even people we've talked to about it.
I've been getting like text updates of like, hey, tell me how it's going. I got a you got this message. It's going down. One last one. We're gonna do it. And we're gonna find nothing.
Our last Uber driver was our knight in shining armor, a warm face to bring us to the end, the chariot to take us home after a long battle. Also, he said fucking a lot, which sure is a character trait to have. The second we opened the doors, he guessed what the plan was and was extremely on board. We laid back, watching the city roll by as the timer stopped.
Feeling this doesn't have a 26.
That'd be funny. Target number 18.
Last target.
Last target. Toy section over there, it's happening. And they're gonna have it all. I'm not even gonna delay walking in.
Oh, I got it.
Sonic,
Fish,
Sonic, Newton, and Sonic. And again, a million of these. That's crazy. Huh. So. Hey. Jakks Pacific's stocking is goddamn ridiculous. Through the 18 targets we went to, we only found 4 out of 9 of the things we were looking for. And hey, pretty good all things considered, but I can't stress enough how rare that is. I frequent Targets pretty regularly as they're always close by when I'm going to class or going to get comics. And not only did it take me 4 months to find my Big the Cat, it took me several more months until I even saw one again, which just so happened to be on Target Day. In terms of the 4-inch figures, it was almost nothing but Sonics the entire time. Store after store of endless Sonic reprints, it felt like we were in purgatory. This keeps happening because whenever Jakks sends out figures, they just put a bunch of Sonics in and then add only one of each new figure per store. I get that Sonic is the main character and you gotta have a figure of him on the shelf, but people want these other characters, which is evident by how much they go for on secondhand sites like eBay. So if you want a figure when it releases, your options are either to pre-order it online through sites like Big Bad Toy Store, who let you pre-order individual figures under a tight deadline, going through scalpers on eBay where you'd pay at least 400% more than retail price, or checking daily if your Target has the figures in stock. And I can't keep doing that! My Target doesn't pick up the phone anymore!
I think they blocked me.
And all this is annoying enough as a collector, but think of how it is for a kid. Someone who also loves these characters and wants these figures of them. They look online, they see all these characters that everyone else has, but the second that they hit store shelves, if at all, they get scooped up and put on eBay for prices that they can't afford, and the only way to get them beforehand is deeply inaccessible to them. Now, it's not inherently Jakks' fault that scalpers are doing this. This has probably happened for every toy brand with a notable IP attached. The problem is them not doing anything to prevent it, whether that be increasing the figure variety in stores or updating their own online store and making it consistent and accessible. It would be naive to state that Jakks is doing this on purpose, but when nothing is being done, it comes off as extremely anti-consumer and not a bother to them because they make money anyway. It's hopeless to expect a children's toy company to completely change their infrastructure and put in the work to make toys more accessible just because collectors said so. But for a company that literally has a designated collector's line, you'd think they'd try to make them a little more accessible.